All right, that was quick and easy. All right, guys. Ooh, and I forgot to, okay. All right, folks, we are on live and we're just going to chit chat here for a little bit while we wait for y'all to jump on board. I have a Texan in the house tonight, which is kind of exciting. I have a soft spot for Texas. Yes, I spent many years in San Antonio living there.
Okay. So awesome. Yeah, I love Austin so much. I mean, lived here for not too long, but I really like it, and I don't plan on going anywhere. So
don't mess with Texas. No, it's nice. It's really nice. All right, so I see a couple of y'all popping on board. Those of you who have been on my show, you know I love to hear from you guys. So don't be shy. There's Brett. Brett, how's it going with the leg, man? I know you just got the leg approved, I believe. Iced tea, you're drinking your iced tea. All right, guys, let me know if you guys can hear us okay. Y'all know that my audio sometimes likes to play tricks on me. I just noticed Brett is listening in from my YouTube channel. Yay. So guys, I am broadcasting both to my Facebook and YouTube pages. Hey, Mark, what's going on? He says, can you see the comments on the side, Brittany? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, you're good. You can see it. Awesome. So we've got Carrie on board. Mark S., what's going on, man? You tested it on Friday, Brett. That is exciting. Brett, what knee are you getting? Curious minds want to know. Jody, what's going on? Getting a new prosthetic due to losing more weight. Good for you, Jody. All right, Chris from Iowa. Hello, Chris. Thanks for joining us this evening. All right, we're getting a nice little crowd in here tonight. Got a really nice giveaway tonight. I was like, I wanted to enter this raffle. All right, we got Bonnie on board drinking coffee. Tennessee. Oh, I've got my eye on one already. Brett C4. That is a nice knee there. Nice. We've got, hey, Benny, what's going on? Benny, thank you so much for sending me like the daily songs that you send me. I love it. He sends me every like a couple times a week. He'll just send me like a popular song from any decade.
Well,
any
awesome.
decade. I never know what I'm going to get. So it always brings a smile. Hey, Jeff from Iowa, just out of the hospital, just 2 weeks in with sepsis. Oh, Jeff, I'm glad you could join us this evening. He is a new to the world of amputee. So thank you for joining us, Jeff. I'm glad that you are out of the hospital and hopefully out of the worst of it. All right, guys, who else we got? We got William Mays on board. Monday night Zoom. We got Doug on board with Coke Zero, walking in new sockets with pin attachments. Nice. All right, you got a nice new setup there. And Doug is doing lots of things in Canada with his amputee community there. All right, guys, we are going to go ahead and get started this evening. For those of you joining us for the first time, welcome. My name is Cosi Talks. I'm a physical therapist amputee specialist here in Tampa, Florida. Been a PT for over 18 years, and my passion is working with the limb loss community. But tonight I have a really special guest, and this is going to combine two loves of mine. I love working with the limb loss community, fashion. So tonight I have with me the CEO and founder of Uniteable, Brittany Burke. So, pointing that way.
Hey, thank you so much, Cosi. Thanks for having me tonight. I'm really excited to be here.
Guys, and if you want to tag some folks to come on board, I am not able to tag from the software, but if you would like to tag someone who is interested and it helps them find the link a little easier. Also, if you look at your phone or your computer, you might see a little bell. Click on that bell and it will alert you to any time I come on live next. So it just makes it easier to find. We got Johnny V from Poughkeepsie in the Cosi Talks house. Harsh saying hi. We got Stephen. And so this is an interesting, just a little different point of view for this show. Usually we're talking about prosthetic devices and we're talking about all these things. But this to me is equally important. You know, the clothing we put on our bodies, this is what we show the world every day. And I know that I have several patients over the years, both men and women, that have expressed interest in having clothing that would fit them better as they start their lives as amputees. So I'm really excited. Oh, we've got an occupational therapist on board, so you know she's going to like tonight's talk. So Brittany, let's go ahead and get started. Uniteable is fashion meets function, right? So the line, you designed this line specifically for people who wear prosthetic devices and who use wheelchair as their primary mode of transportation for their mobility, correct?
Correct, yes.
Hey, Janie, how are you doing? So tell us a little bit about yourself, Brittany. Where are you from? How did you get into this world of fashion?
Yeah, so I'm originally from Pennsylvania, actually in the Poconos. and grew up there, but I'm now in Austin, Texas. I love it here. Don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. I went to school at Virginia Commonwealth University in Richmond, Virginia. And at the time, they had one of the top fashion programs in the country. It's a great school. And that was really where that part of the journey began for me. And when I was in college, it just a lot of different things along the way that led me to starting this company. So that's kind of, there's a lot of different layers to that, but I have a lot of reasoning behind that.
So when you first started out in the world of fashion, did you think you were going to be going into adaptive fashion, or what was perhaps your original?
No, definitely not. Adaptive fashion was something that, I had come across later on. While I was in school, I was really just trying to see where I would best fit maybe within the fashion industry, and actually decided that I really didn't see myself necessarily in the corporate fashion world for several different reasons. But I felt like, I went and I got my bachelor's degree, and that was great. And I felt that I did have a strong passion within fashion, but I saw myself maybe more so doing some independent projects, down the line. So.
Well, you have some fellow fans from Richmond, Virginia. We do have a nice group from there. So they're
Richmond.
I had no idea that you were a textile engineer, got accepted National Institute of Fashion Tech for their garment manufacturing tech program. Harsh. You've been on this show for like 2 years. I never knew that about you. That's
awesome.
Cool. Things that you find out. Yeah. And we've got Joan on board. This is exciting, Joan. I'm excited about it. We've got Kenny and Jamie on board from Canada. We got a lot of Canadians here. It's kind of awesome. We got Carol, and let's see, Benny says, I'm just down the road in San Marcos. And we've got Kay here. Hey, Kay, we've got Joan is from Long Island. All right, we got Justine on board from Indiana. Awesome. So, Brittany, tell us how you got into adaptive fashion. I'll let you tell that story.
Yeah. So, actually, I think really the whole process started back when I was in school. And when I was going to fashion school at VCU, my younger brother was diagnosed with a rare form of bone cancer. And that was obviously a very shocking thing to our family. And it was pretty far along progressed at the time, and had spread to the bone marrow. So it was pretty serious, pretty rare form of bone cancer. And that was really what changed my path ultimately over time. And, luckily my brother was fortunate enough to participate in a research study at the National Institute of Health and complete his chemo. And he's been in remission for like over 11 years now. So that's awesome. Really a miracle. And after that experience, I went back to school after taking a semester off to be home with my family while he was, going through all this. And I really wanted to give back in some way, to the community. So there was a cancer research center that was affiliated with VCU called VCU Massey Cancer Center. And so I had linked up with them, and I started to host different charity fashion shows as fundraisers for the organization for childhood cancer research. And I did a couple of those, and that was really the beginning of identifying something that I knew I would come back to one day. And I did when, I came into starting Uniteable. So really combining, that background in fashion and my passion in that area, and, having a greater cause behind it. So obviously putting on events as fundraisers for a living doesn't really pay the bills. So I kind of was a little distraught about, where do I go from here? But over time, I helped with a few other events, within the amputee community and outside of the amputee community. And I started to form some relationships and really organically came across this concept of adaptive fashion, or lack thereof at the time, for the most part. And I just knew that that was just the perfect fit for me. And I really felt called to, do something in that space.
That's amazing. So we've got lots more people jumping on board. So I just want to give them a quick shout out. Cliff, Vicky, Kevin Harrison on board. Thanks for joining us, guys. And we have quite a few cancer survivors here as well this evening, myself included. So it's interesting. I know cancer makes up a very small percentage of the amputee and limb loss community, but we seem to have a lot of folks who come to the show. So extra special that you're here tonight. So when did you finally start pulling it together for Uniteable and start the creation of it?
Yeah, so actually, I had just moved to Austin, Texas a couple years ago. And, when I identified this whole, concept and really found this void on the market for inclusive products that, not only are functional, but fashionable as well. And at that time, there was even less available than there is now. So I actually joined an accelerator program here in Austin, Texas, and called the Founders Institute. And that was really where, I pieced everything together and really got the ball rolling on things. So,
wow. And then when you went into creating some of these designs, the two designs that you've launched out, how did you do your market research? Was it learning from the people that participated in these charity fashion shows? How did you get to know what people needed?
Yeah, so the main source of that was through surveying. So just reaching out, both reaching out to people I, knew personally, and then on a greater level, putting out some surveys, just kind of putting the feelers out there and identifying, okay, pants seem to be, a real big problem. So, what are some of the top frustrations with pants? For amputees, what about for wheelchair users? What style of pant, which fabrics. So really just trying to look across the board and see like the top most common answers for different pain points. And then, identifying solutions for those issues that, could solve some of those problems and frustration. So
sounds good. So Cosi poll. What article of clothing gives you all the most trouble? Go. I want to see like tons of answers in the comment section right now, guys. Which article of clothing gives you the most problems since becoming an amputee? And if I have any upper extremity amputees on board, any arm amputees on board, really would love to hear from you as well. So I know I can tell you just from, and we were having this conversation prior to going live, is one of my runners, this beautiful girl, and she loves fashion herself, and she loves her Under Armour leggings, which are typically very expensive, and already they're paying an expense and then having to go to the seamstress to pay another exorbitant expense to get a zipper put on the inseam so she can adjust everything. Oh, these answers came flying in. Pants is a winner here. Well, guess what, guys? You are in luck tonight, ladies. Janie says shoes and pants. Pants that get
wetsuit. That's interesting.
Oh, that's probably Mark because he just started scuba. That's probably Mark. I haven't seen it, but let's see. So we got pants. Johnny there is one of our cancer survivors right there. Shoes and pants. So Kay says pants that get holes at the socket level as an above the knee amputee. Pants, jeans, wets. Yep, there's Mark with the wetsuit. Saw that now. Arm folks, bra. That's one I didn't think about. So Andrea is our resident occupational therapist who jumps in, which I love having her input on this show. Footwear in general, shoes, and everyone. Okay. Love denim until they got skinny. Well, harsh accordingly, I think they're supposed to be on their way out from being skinny. Apparently, I don't know, from what I hear from my teenage daughters. Daniel says running clothes. We're going to get to that in just a minute, Daniel. Hey, Ashley, glad you could join us on board this evening. So guys, I am going to post this link, and I don't want you to click out of the show. So do the whole right click thing. So maybe you can kind of look as Brittany talks to us a little bit about the two major launches. So we have the Magnolia Pant and the Hyacinth Pant. So why don't you tell us about both of those?
Yeah, so our first two styles, I'll start with the Magnolia Pan, since the Magnolia Pant was really designed with amputees in mind. That being said, it is an overall easy dressing pant, so it definitely is not limited to the amputee community. Also, any individuals that might have different mobility issues post-surgery, chronic illness, different several different aspects. But when we were designing the Magnolia Pan, really the number one frustration with pants when we surveyed was the lack of access to the prosthetic to make different adjustments throughout the day, right? And then also just the overall process of getting dressed and undressed. So we went and put the inseam zippers inside of the pant and wanted to put them up far enough so that not just BK amputees but AK as well could benefit from this pant. And the fabric having the high stretch certainly helped as well. And pull-up loops on the side there as well for easy dressing. It's a lightweight and breathable fabric, so that's also important with limb loss from what we've surveyed. So those are just some of the main on those pants. And that pant is in charcoal and in black. And then we have the Hyacinth Pant, which was designed with wheelchair users in mind. So it's a seated pant rather than the skinny Magnolia. This is more of a flare style pant. And some of those features include our waistband, really just honing in on anti-slip focus there. When being seated for so long and having your pants slip down in the back was one of the top frustrations that a lot of people were very vocal on. And the waistband also is flexible to expand up to like 3 inches. So with bloating and different concerns and for comfortable seating, again, that's really helpful. We made sure to not have any like hard fixtures or seams or anything while seated. And let's see what else. The fabric is actually pretty durable. So if it were to get caught in the wheels, it would very likely not have any issues.
Wow.
Yeah. And again, that high stretch, super comfy, versatile pant. And side hip zipper also to help with some easy dressing. And then both pairs, actually there's an option for a catheter opening as well. And both pairs have an option to have zipper rings. They're actually medical grade zipper rings from AliMed. And you can add those on to either pair if you'd like for increased dexterity.
That is amazing. So Janie, I just posted the link to the Uniteable website right underneath your comment. So then I will just continue to post it so that you can see these beautiful pants. And I just, I do sewing as a hobby, and I was just so impressed at how nicely cut they are. They just hug the figure just right, not too much, not too little, just hangs nicely. I have my eye on the Magnolia in charcoal. That's on my wish list right now because I want to get a pair. They look really nice. So yeah, take a look. Yes, gentlemen, this is right now currently for ladies. But we're already, between this show, we've got a couple of gentlemen commenting on if you have any styles for men, and also in the posts leading up to tonight's show, there were a lot of men who were interested. So I don't know, maybe we got to put Brittany on the spot and see if we can do that for something in the future. So we've got Brittany. Are you still with us? Your picture froze.
Oh, I'm here.
You're good? Okay. Sometimes it glitches just a little bit with the streaming at this time of night. So you're here. Ashley says, I ordered a pair of the charcoal Magnolia pants after checking out your website the other day. Super excited to get them. Ashley, I want to see a picture of you strutting your stuff in those pants. I want to see how those pants look on you. We got Sandra who says, hello, Cosi and Brittany. So glad you're here this evening, Brittany. You too. No harsh, not for men, not just yet. Not just yet.
Not yet.
I think I can see where this might end up going. Kay says, as a fashion person, what would you suggest to reinforce the upper back thigh of a pair of pants? These look amazing enough. Thank you. So Kay isn't above the knee. So probably, I'm going to guess, Kay, that you probably get a lot of wear and tear from that socket trim line pinching the back of your thigh on the pants. Right.
Well, that's something I would need to take some time to put some thought into, but I do appreciate that feedback. Absolutely. Yeah. I think that fabric is, a big part of that. And I think that, in the direction of moving forward, maybe even having other styles that could guarantee, a little bit more of that durability on the upper thigh, maybe behind the leg, if you're looking at more like a denim or something. I know that also, with denim, you can look into the concept of patches or different things that you can offer, which, isn't always ideal aesthetically. But yeah, I think that would be my initial feedback on that, but I will put some definite more thought into that.
Well, I'm so impressed by the Hyacinth. I didn't realize that material can withstand getting caught in wheelchair wheels. I mean, just when I worked a really long time in spinal cord injury rehab, and that was just a nightmare for these poor folks, that their pants would just get torn up in the wheels, or like you said, the waistband would slip all the way down. And
mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and I think, some of these solutions are, they might seem like little things, but they can make a big difference. And yeah.
No, I mean, how many of you all have to check your prosthesis throughout the day? How many of you either have to take socks, add socks, in Florida, have to wipe down your residual limb because you're sweaty, and you have to do it in your office, or you have to do it in your car as you're commuting to some other part of your job? How many of you have to actually access your leg throughout the day? Let's say show of hands. Okay, it is very rare that I run into an amputee who tells me, yep, I just put my leg on in the morning, continue throughout my day, and don't think about it until I take it off at night. That's very rare, right? And then let's throw another one in there, okay? How many of you have had to come up with some sort of crazy hack as to how to get your jeans on in the morning or your pants on? I've heard everything from garbage bags to attaching fancy Velcro so that they can pull their leg through. I mean, all sorts of crazy stuff. So I do. That's coming in. All right. Well, thank you for that, Debbie. I know VitalFit is a great product. So you're one of the lucky ones. So Ashley says, I have an adjustable socket and I have to reposition my leg during the day. Denise is raising her hand. Tom's raising his hand. Kenny's raising the hand. Janie's saying, yes, ma'am. So yeah, sounds like you've hit a really wonderful niche that needed to be filled. Long time coming. So this is wonderful. Velcro. But see, here's the thing. Everybody has their thing. What I've noticed with the Velcro is that it's lumpy. So a couple of patients who had that, it would be very lumpy and it would chafe on certain parts of their skin, or stuff just gets caught.
Right. The aesthetics as well, like you mentioned, being bulky, and especially if it's on a style more of like a fitted pant, that could be problematic. But it just depends. I think also it could be interesting, right? While a zipper might work for certain individuals better, maybe Velcro would work for others. But yeah.
It's just a thought. Mark is saying menswear, so I think they're trying to tell you something here.
I don't plan on ignoring that. So yeah, hoping to spawn into some men's styles as well.
So Ashley says she buys her jeans and slacks a size bigger to help with getting the pants over my leg, and it's just like that's because then everything else is thrown out of proportion. The waist will be too big, or the bum will be saggy, or Janie says traveling in the car. She does. I know Janie can do a lot of traveling, and not being able to get the prosthetic on while you're in the car is a problem because of the pants. Absolutely. Beth says, I would love pants that take into account those with an ostomy or colostomy, as well as being an amputee without having to wear maternity pants. So you mentioned, Brittany, that you have a pant that has access to a catheter. So this might be another. So guys, thank you guys for this input, because I know I love receiving input from you guys, and I know Brittany is wonderful.
I love the feedback. I love the input. Absolutely. So I appreciate it.
Let's see. Janie says, does the fabric ride up on the prosthesis? That's always a problem.
Right. For that, what I can say to that is I haven't had any complaints on that. Not in addition to our initial customer basis, since we've launched just the end of February, we also had an ambassador program where we gave away a substantial amount of product to different individuals that, got to try our products out for the first time, share it honest feedback, with their following. And that's not something at all that we've come across yet. So I can definitely say that much.
Wonderful. And guys, I'm going to clue you in. Those of you who are my last minute folks, we are doing a giveaway tonight for a pair of the Magnolia pants. So those of you who have Instagram accounts, you might score a pair tonight. So this is what you got to do, guys. You got probably another 5 minutes to get your entry in. So start moving. Go to Instagram. All right. You got to follow me. You got to follow Brittany. And Brittany, let me type your handle in.
Okay.
It's at Uniteable and it's the _, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So that's Brittany's handle for Uniteable. So you got to follow me, got to follow her, right? And you got to tag someone on a post, one of our posts. Go. You got 5 minutes, guys.
We need the background music.
we got some serious quick draw McGraws here, because whenever we do these giveaways, you can just like see the smoke coming out and people are just like, they typed in very much. And gentlemen, if you have a lady friend who's an amputee, this might be a nice time for you to score some brownie points with her. So feel free to join in on this raffle as well. Just saying. All right. So tell us about, like, I was so excited when I saw your first promotion out there. And of course I recognized Caitlin Connor, the beautiful Caitlin Connor. And I read a little bit about your model who was in the wheelchair model, Barbie. So tell us a little bit how you went about choosing these ladies to be your initial face of your campaign.
Yeah, absolutely. So Caitlin, I've known for some time now, and she's always been really supportive of my journey with starting Uniteable, and so it's kind of a no-brainer to reach out to her. And I also know it doesn't hurt that she's a bit of a model herself. Yeah. Well, she's very involved in the community too. So I think a lot of people know Caitlin, so she's just kind of a recognizable face. But in addition to that, I really wanted to make sure that we at least showed as much diversity as possible in our models. So, being a startup and located in Austin, Texas, and doing a shoot in the middle of COVID with all of the precautions, of course, we did kind of have to limit to more of a local basis within Texas. And so within that, I wanted to see, could we, make sure that, we're not just showing one race, we're not just showing, one size. And so we really, I really wanted to show as much of that diversity as possible, given some of the limitations that we had.
Wonderful, wonderful. We've got Justine here who says, I'd love to get a pair of these to use as demos for the clinic I work in. It would be, where'd you go? It would be a great resource for my amputee patients and for my occupational therapy friends, especially since I work in a neuro facility. Love to get more information on these products. So guys, for this evening, if you have any questions or if you have anything you would like to make suggestions for, the easiest way to do that, we're just gonna make it easy and I will pass the information on to Brittany, is to send me an email. Sorry.
Yeah, I'd love to follow up on that. I'd be happy to follow up on that.
So guys, any of you guys who have questions or specific, especially those of you who are clinicians and you'd like to present these products to your patients, feel free to send me an email and I will happily pass on the information to Brittany.
Yeah, thank you. That is something that, we're looking into starting to do as well. I know my brother has an organization, it's Legworks. I don't know if anyone's familiar with it. It's a smaller company, but so he's in, the prosthetics world as well, and, connected through different clinics. So definitely interested in connecting with different clinics. Absolutely. More than happy to send samples, information, whatever.
And you've been making some really nice connections in the community as well. One of them, a common organization for both of us is the Abled Amputees of America. So you recently had a new little partnership with them too.
Absolutely. So yeah, right now I am doing a lot more community outreach, just trying to partner with some different organizations in the community that, maybe I'm not connected with yet. And I think, that's a very important piece of the puzzle in a lot of different ways. And a few things in terms of talking on that community aspect, right? So whenever someone orders through our website, they get to choose one of the three nonprofits that we partner with to donate 5% of the profits from that sale. So Be More Adaptive, Steps of Faith Foundation, and Spina Bifida Association of Greater New England are those three organizations. And in addition to that, we're starting to build our affiliate program. So Abled Amputees, as you mentioned, is one of those. So if you want to support the amputee community through Abled Amputees, you can go on to their website and they have, some information on the company, and you can click through that link there, and they'll be benefiting from the sale.
Sounds good. And then Ashley is asking, do you plan to have an adaptable Jean? I live for Jean days at school. She is a special education teacher.
Yes. So I can't make any promises just yet, but I will say that a few of the areas that I've got my eyes on for some reasons, and always happy to hear any feedback or input in these areas, is denim and activewear and athleisure.
Sounds good. All right, guys. So again, if you have anything that you would love to see in adaptive clothing, or if there's any particular feature of your clothing that's really driving you bonkers, this is the gal to talk to. So feel free to send that email to the address I provided above, and I will make sure she gets that information. So here's one of my favorite parts of the evening is we get to announce our winner for the giveaway. All right, so scrolling through the winners. All right, Diana Baker. I think I saw her name here too. Diana, I don't know if you're still on board with us this evening, but congratulations. You are the winner of the Magnolia Pant. So I will be contacting you afterwards so we can get your size and get you a pair of pants. So you can start modeling and start your stuff.
Yes. All right. Size and color preference.
Yes, that's exciting. So congratulations, Diana Baker. And thank you guys for those of you who participated in this particular raffle. For those of us who are small mom and pop organizations, whether it's an interesting talk show or a beautiful clothing line, we rely upon the help of our audience to help us spread the word of what we're trying to do, the organic way of growing what it is that we're doing. So we really appreciate whenever you guys participate in any of these raffles by tagging people, by following us on Instagram. It helps us continue to do what we do. So thank you guys for those of you who participate. All right, Diana, yes, she is on board. Wonderful. So Diana, after this show is over, I want you to contact me either through Facebook Messenger or through the email address, and look at the Uniteable website. I'm going to post it one more time. All right, Diana. So pick out your Magnolia Pant color and size and let me know what it is, and she'll get it sent out to you.
Absolutely.
All right. So do you guys have?
I'll even throw in the zipper rings if there's a need for zipper rings.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. Well, Brittany, I can't thank you enough for taking time to be on the show and for the giveaway. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us this evening.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right, guys. We're going to see you guys next week, same bat time, same bat channel. If I missed your question or if there's anything, you can always email me or find me on Facebook. My YouTube channel is kind of starting to pick up a little bit, so I would encourage you guys to take a look at that and see the new stuff that I have going on there. And with that, we're going to wrap it up. So thank you guys for letting us be a part of your lives this evening, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.